Hey guys, what's going on? Guess who's back? Yep. Yep. Dude, I'm back to where we were on Tuesday. I felt us going too far yesterday. That's why I stopped the stream. We went too far yesterday.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
So, yeah. Back to deep voice _ SA. So, that's good. So Facebook just changed their name to Meta. Meta. Yep. I thought we were good to go yesterday, so I just put my foot on the gas pedal and nope. Yeah, we're deep throttling the voice, that's right. Can you do a Morgan Freeman impression with this voice? You're dang right I can. Listen, chat, shoot this melon farmer, and we will take this stream to heights that's reserved for only the gods of man. Also, GTA San Andreas is getting a VR port to the Oculus Quest 2. Oh, how are you doing today? Sorry. I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. I've been battling laryngitis for the past week. It's been a battle. Unfortunately, it really sucks because, the majority of my work requires this to work correctly. So, I got that going for me, which is nice. Yeah. What the frick? What the frick? Is that the actual... Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. You know what we need to do? And this is how we're going to start the day today. We're playing Kerbal. At least I'm going to attempt to. You know what we do? We start with this today, okay? Keep the air moist by putting out bowls of water. I slept next to a humidifier, Tessa, last night. Didn't do anything. It did something yesterday. Oh, Thomas, Oh, perfect. Here. Yep. Your video? Let's start.
T-minus 1 minute.
Start the day off. Oh, yeah, I've seen this video. Hell stick.
Sound suppression water system now armed. The solid rocket booster joint heaters are being turned off.
Yes. Yes, my friend.
And we're now go inertial. The navigation system is activated. Auxiliary power units have started.
What's this? Also, did you see my message about the first day? What's this? If you Flykin, if you had been actually paying attention and not asking me to see your message, you might know what this is.
Motor nozzle gimbal checks are
But I'm not telling you, boy.
Ignition system is
Don't
armed.
make me hear my voice. Come on.
Sound suppression water system is activated. T-minus 10, 9,
Ares 1's amazing.
8, 7, 6, 5,
No, Tiggs.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And lift off.
Ignition and liftoff of Ares 1X. Testing concepts for the future of new rocket design.
Ares 1X is Chad tier. Why did it turn to audio? I don't want the... Hey. Oh yeah, grab shark. That sharp early turn ruined pad 39B. Oh, it broke it. Oh, it killed that pad, by the way. That was the last thing that launched from 39B.
Pressure now tapering off as designed. Vehicle is sliding.
Straight up. That was the last thing that launched from 39B. It ruined it. They had to. They were going to completely redo the pad anyway. But.
It aligned itself with the planned trajectory. We passed, and we're now passing Max Q.
Dude, this rocket could have been
We have our
amazing.
Max Q system
I'm
ID,
sorry.
Maneuver PTI.
Oh,
engaged.
look at that thing. Oh, what a freaking sweet.
Solid motor chamber pressure picking up again. T plus 62 seconds. Now passing Mach 2. Vehicle now 10 miles altitude, downrange distance 8 miles, and a velocity of
Should make more of these.
140 miles per hour.
Yep.
Plus 80 seconds, we've started our supersonic large amplitude ID maneuver PTI. We see the response.
Why did the second stage tumble? Did the stages bump? Everybody thinks that the stages bump, but everybody also doesn't understand what tumble motor ignition means. Everybody's like, wow, here's one was junk. The stages would have bumped together.
And we started the last PTI maneuver, structural mode ID. And we passed T plus 105 seconds.
It's amazing. It's an amazing design.
It's now traveling Mach
It could have
4,
been
20
ridiculous.
miles altitude, downrange distance 32 miles. The SRM tail off is observed.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Burnout. Our APUs have shut down. CRDs have shut down. BDM fire. And SEP. We show a SEP and a tumble motor ignition. And we can also confirm on video. We see both parts of the vehicle tumbling. The first...
Okay. So everybody says, oh, the stages hit each other. They hit each other. They're junk, blah, blah. Guys, they spun both of these things on purpose so they would break up in the atmosphere.
stage as well as the upper stage. Successful separation.
It's wet, Grafter.
Good clean signal all the way. T plus 150 seconds.
They did that to make sure that everything got broken, because the upper stage on this thing was a dud. It was nothing. It was just a mass simulator.
And we'll have a burnout orbit.
You guys got to remember, all right? So, look, when this thing's going up, right, if they had just separated it like a regular stage, like, whoosh, that means the SRB would have ended up hitting the water top first. That's not what it's supposed to do. You guys remember, the SRBs are supposed to be on the side. And what do the SRBs do when they separate? They tumble, because they go off to the side, right? They had to basically mimic that with a single stick rocket. So how do you do that? With a tumble motor. The tumble motor mimics what the SRB separation would be like on a shuttle or on SLS or on Ares 5, or pick your poison, it doesn't matter, right? So they had to basically shunt the booster backwards from separation and then off to the side. And people think that it hit it, but no, what they did was they put this isn't where Ares was supposed to separate, guys. There's supposed to be an inner stage right here. Remember? There's no inner stage.
Our APUs have shut down. CRDs have shut down. BDM fire. and SEP.
See what I'm talking about? You can clearly see the thing go backwards first. You see it go backwards first and then off to the side. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the SRB to land nozzle first. Alright? Now why? Why do you want to land nozzle first? What the hell's the big deal? It's an SRB. Well, first of all, your parachutes are up at the top. Alright? That's kind of important. Second of all, there's a huge misconception here that you can just parachute a stage down to the ground. Kerbal says that you can. You know, like you could just put more parachutes on it. That's not really how that works in real life. Parachutes are heavy. The SRB has an ace in the hole, though. The SRB, when it hits the ground, or when it hits the water, basically right before it hits the water, it jettisons the nozzle, okay? So, it's coming down, throat first, right, down to the ground. Now, anybody ever taken a cup, like just a cup, and like put the cup like open side into like a sink with water in it? What happens? The cup wants to go up, right? If you try to push it in, right? Try to push it all the way in, you let it go, it wants to go up. The SRB basically does that. The SRB turns itself into a gigantic shock absorber. Seriously, it's a damper. It's a big pneumatic damper. The whole SRB, the inside of the combustion chamber, because it hits nozzle first, right? The water surrounds the nozzle, and the thing starts going into the water, and air gets compressed inside of the combustion chamber. That whole thing acts like a shock absorber. That's how the SRBs can come back down. The parachutes are just basically guiding it and making sure it doesn't hit the ground too fast, or hit the water too fast. All this time I thought that Ares 1 failed the test. It didn't fail anything, O-Force. It didn't fail anything. People lie. That's what happened. And you know I wouldn't say that unless I wasn't absolutely sure, because that's some stuff to freaking say, right? New Dune is really good, yep. Yeah, it hit the water a little bit too hard because of chute failure, but that's nothing that you couldn't fix. You can turn the SRBs are designed for that. You can turn them. You can put them in basically a giant lathe and turn them. That's what they do, because they did get dented from time to time. It failed to get more funding. Dude, I shouldn't be doing this. I was reading a Twitter thread yesterday, and it was about I know I shouldn't be doing this. And it was about Eric's article. It was ours article about about SLS and how using SLS until 2050 is a bad thing, etc., etc. And I was reading the comment section, which is even worse. Like, you shouldn't do this, especially with people like, it's Twitter, right? I've never seen so much misinformation about a rocket be said in one thread. Those people, there's like people saying like, oh, Ares 1's test failed. Ares 1 was overpriced.
Discovery, go at throttle.
Congress didn't want Ares 1, so they gave us SLS. I'm like, wow. You guys legitimately are like 100% wrong. That's strange. I think Ares 1 is a good rocket to launch sats or people. Why is it a bad rocket? Why does everybody say that? What's wrong with Ares 1? And the worst part is the confidence that they say it with. Peppers, it sucks, dude. You think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? Yeah, but see, that's the thing, Jack and Buck. These people don't realize they're lying. That what they're saying they think is right. I'm like, bro, what is this? You know, people go on the internet and tell lies to troll. These people aren't trolling. They're serious. That's what I'm like, okay. Other than ending the use of the Saturn V, killing the Constellation program set us back. But you mean the shuttle disciple, but yeah. Don't watch those YouTube channels. It wasn't even a YouTube channel, dude. Phil, I gotta link you the thread, and I think it's important. I think it's important to not get upset, but it should be looked at for documentation purposes, I guess. Bro, read this thread. Just don't nobody comment, don't comment, just read it. Remember, Twitter's a zoo, all right? You can go and you can enjoy the exhibits at a zoo. You don't jump into the damn exhibits, all right? So nobody say nothing. Nobody say anything. Just go in there and read what some of those people have to say. I'm really happy that none of these people work for any spaceflight industry. You bought me it's a trailer for the I'm all right, man. Thank you. I can't really buy anything right now. Route 154 was a little expensive. Just that thread is just once again, nobody say nothing.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
You know who. Oh boy. I hope everyone's hungry. I made sandwiches. Hi, Geeson. Bro, there is like that thread is wow. And once again, nobody say anything. I'm serious. Don't say anything. Just let it go. Like I'm looking at it right now. These people literally have no idea what they're talking about. Like yeah, I know, Maverick. You ain't wrong. Yeah, I was reading this thread. I'm like, I'm just... The reason why okay, so usually I avoid this stuff like the plague. I don't need that. I don't need that right now. I deal with enough stuff. I'll being a content creator on the internet, okay? You deal with enough crap. There's only so much crap you can deal with. But I wanted to... I wanted to go in this thread just to see if there's any one person that replied to this that's not in a gigantic echo chamber. And it turns out no, there's like maybe one or two out of like 160 comments. I'm like, oh, all right. Hey, Cammy, how are you? We could always talk about baseball. Bats showed up yesterday, boy. Bats showed up yesterday, boy. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to play KSP, and we'll see what we can do. There's one guy in there I'm pretty sure is claiming that NASA will try and prevent Starship launching so SLS doesn't seem like a waste. Yeah, that's precisely the reason why they're using it as their lander, right? Jack, that's what I mean, dude. It's people, I've never seen people speak... Twitter is the only place... Well, it's not Twitter. It's just anywhere on social media. I've never seen people speak with such confidence that have no idea what they're talking about. And you know what the messed up part about this is? Look, I ain't an expert, man. I know, but I know enough to know, like... I know more than the average person, but I ain't an expert, dude. There have been times when I'm susceptible to this, which really does suck, but, I mean, I'm not doing it on purpose, like... Sometimes I don't remember stuff correctly. Everything is off the cuff on this stream, so sometimes I don't get it exactly right, but I get the gist of it. But I'm never, you know, like, even if, like, and that's the thing, even if I do get something completely wrong, I'll tell you guys about it. Oh yeah, the Delta V calculations are still up from yesterday. I still can't believe what that EUS can do, huh? Altuve! Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just echoing what Berger's saying. Yeah, I know, Draco. It sucks, man. Have we finished the launch tower yet? Did you see the KSP video before they took it private? I did see it. We didn't watch it on stream. Speaking of that, look what rolled out yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Man, it's going to be... I'm going to get some serious schadenfreude, Phil, from all the people that are saying SLS takes too long, or they go so slow, etc., etc. Man, that's going to be really funny. You guys remember that EUS that we were talking about yesterday? And we weren't sure if it existed? Well, there's its umbilical. Oops. Yeah, the chopsticks did move, Crafter. Yep. Uh-oh. Huh. You guys know what this is, right? There's a lot of ML2 that's ready. Yep. These photos show 2 flatbed trucks arriving this morning with the exploration stage umbilical at the Launch Equipment Test Facility at NASA Kennedy. The USU is the first swing arm to arrive from Mobile Launcher 2. Uh-oh. That thing looks pretty done, too. It's got all the lines on it. Some of the fuel lines aren't hooked up, but they're probably gonna... They probably don't have the fuel lines hooked up because it's at the LETF. See the towers down there? It's a little... Like they took a bit of a mobile launcher and they put it down here to test umbilicals. Man, that EUS is going to be insane. All right, let's go. Looky, looky. 2 Raptors. 2 Raptors heading to into the thingy. Oh, yes. Alti, I know what you're talking about. No, I didn't finish it. I wanted to fly the SSTO. TLDR. Oh. It's a nice Ferd, man. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, the Vectors are good too, but that's a nice Ferd right there. It looks like an F350 or an F450. Lulz, the EUS has 10,000 meters a second delta V. 10,000 meters a second delta V. It has a mass fraction of about 91%, so that's 9% rocket, 91% fuel. Wait, what were we talking about? Birds. I helped make an umbilical. What? Nice. Nice. Well, Blood Fam, I'll tell you, your umbilicals aren't reusable. NASA's are. Yeah, you have an umbilical disconnect right here. Jesus Christ, what happened? I mean, if we... Oh, no, just stop. Oh, Jesus, man. Bro, why am I rooting for the same team as you? Jesus Christ, man. Holy crap. Go back to Wisconsin or something. I don't know. Yeah. So, Lulz, long story short, the EUS has 10,000 meters a second delta V. We did some basic calculations out from NASA infographics. Figured out that it has a 14-ton dry mass, and it's 129 tons wet, right? So that means 129 tons when it has a full tank of gas. 14 tons is just the fuel tanks and the engines, right? Now, keep in mind, these are probably estimations, but they're probably not that far off. NASA wouldn't be that far off in their calculations about something like this, right? We figured out that with 129 metric ton wet mass and with a 14 ton dry mass, with 4 RL-10s at 460 seconds specific impulse, the EUS with nothing on board has 10,000 meters a second delta V. So we went a little bit further. We went a little bit further and did the math out. The reality of this situation is that you could put 45 tons of payload on top of the EUS, and it has enough delta V to put it into low lunar orbit. I'll say that one more time. The EUS has enough, not only does it have 45 metric ton throw weight, TLI, it has 45 metric tons to LLO if you can mitigate cryogenic boil off. That's insane. That's ridiculous. That's cheating. Is it so high because they want to have a margin for the hydrogen boil off? Well, doing stuff like that, BloodFem, enables it to be able to do a bunch of different things. You could, I mean, okay, so you could put another Voyager probe on there if you wanted to. You could put, you could put 70 tons of payload, TLI, 70-ton lander, an SSTO lander. Like you could put that on there, no problem. They could throw it right at the moon, dude. The thing is, it's no joke. I've got beer boil off when you're umbilica. Excuse me. It's not boil off blue. It's hazardous gases. Has gas. All right. Okay. Has gas lines. Yep. How much did the Apollo mission weigh once it reached low lunar orbit? Well, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to guess probably about 40 metric tons. Guys, okay. All right. That question, Panja, tells me that I'm not explaining it correctly. All right. Or I'm not being detailed enough. Okay. So, take a look. The Saturn V puts this into space. They can put this into low Earth orbit. That thing right there. Okay? So that's an S4B, okay? It was made by Douglas. And yes, they absolutely did move it around inside of an airplane. So this is a 6-meter core diameter, okay? It's a Hydrolox upper stage. Actually, that might be Skylab. Nah. Anyway, it's a 6-meter diameter, 6.6 meter. It is a Hydrolox upper stage with a J2. This thing can do 45 metric tons TLI. So basically, let me see if I can find a picture. Okay. Basically, what you see right here, I know it's a crappy picture. This right here is what goes out to the moon. Okay? The thing that says USA on it shoots it out to the moon, and then you have your lander inside of the conic interstage right there, and then you have the CSM up top. The CSM detaches, turns around, plucks the lander off of the payload attachment fitting on the S4B, and the lander and the capsule are what go out to the moon. This thing either crashes into the surface of the moon or goes into solar orbit, okay? That's what that looks like. This is what makes it. This is what goes to the moon, but only the lander and the CSM are what circularize around the moon. The lander fires its engine, and the engine circularizes, and then they go and land on the moon, etc., etc. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you is that the exploration upper stage is such a drastic improvement over that. Oh, here's the picture we were looking at yesterday. So this thing down here with the lander and the CSM, okay? Lander and CSM, that's what makes it to low lunar orbit. This entire thing can make it to low lunar orbit if you can mitigate the cryogenic boil off. That whole thing, the entire thing, not just the lander, not the Orion capsule. This whole thing can make it into low lunar orbit. Everything up there. And the Orion capsule weighs 25 tons. Okay? So this thing weighs 25 tons. You have 45 metric ton throw weight. And that's enough delta V to circularize around the moon in low lunar orbit. So you could have 20 tons of lead in here. A 20-ton block of lead. And it would still make it to the moon. That's what I'm talking about. This whole thing can make it to the moon. Not this. This thing can't make it. This whole thing won't be able to make it all the way to the moon. Just the lander and the CSM. What makes the RL-10 so good? It's called an expander cycle. Over. I'm watching Destin's video on supersonic baseballs, and I found something on this. What is that around the baseball? Timestamp, look closely on the side of the baseball. Alright, what is this? Oh yeah, the supersonic baseball. I mean, blue, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dude, that stage is Chad tier. It's a very good stage. What are you talking about? That right there. Condensation. This stuff right here on the baseball is condensation. It's condensation left from the pressure change because the seams on the baseball are causing drag. Yeah, this is a little bit of a clip from Destin's video where he should have put some ice cream behind it, dude.
Wow.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, it's condensation. That's condensation left from the baseball. The pressure changes because the seams are causing drag. The seams cause drag on the baseball. Yeah. I'm holding it with two-seamer. Two-seamer. So, they're causing drag. So basically the air is getting pushed out of the way by the seams on the baseball. And the air gets deflected up. And in that area between the surface of the baseball behind the seam and where the air gets deflected up, you have a very nasty pressure change. What happens when you have pressure change? Condensation. You see this stuff on Formula 1 cars all the time, on the wings. That's you are seeing the products of drag. That's what drag does to things. It makes condensation like that. It goes about 875 miles per hour. Well into the transonic regime, actually. It's pretty fast. It's doing exactly what jets do, that big cloud around the wings. Condensation like that usually represents differential pressure. That's what happens. That's how pitchers can get movement in their pitches. Sliders, curves, fastballs. Bingo, Genesis. Yep, exactly. That's one of the subtleties about baseball that people don't know. You don't, like, that stuff is super freaking cool to me. The aerodynamics of the ball can make the ball change direction. Those seams on the baseball, if you spin those in a certain direction when you throw the thing, right? So if you're throwing like a curveball, you'll do this when you release it. You'll flick it, and that gets the ball to spin like this instead of spinning like this. If you get it to spin sideways, right? The seams are going to create a Magnus effect that's going to make the ball go in a different direction. That's what a curveball is, or a slider, or a sinker. They're just different spins on the ball. It's really, dude, it's cool stuff. If anybody doesn't know what the Magnus effect is, it's basically if you have a cylinder and you spin it fast enough, it's going to generate lift. like a cylinder. Like, think like steamroller. If you spin it fast enough, it'll generate lift. Guess you got his PPL today. Yay! Snickets, that's awesome, man. We ended up talking baseball anyway. Yeah. Yep. You can steer the baseball. And it's really funny. It's really funny when a batter's expecting a fastball and they see a curveball. They'll go to swing, right? And they'll know like halfway through their swing that it's a curveball because they'll see the ball break and they'll be like, ah! They'll know. You see it. They're just like, no! It's really funny, man. When they're not expecting it, they just go, damn it, he fooled me. And they walk away all salty. It's wicked funny. Happened to my Red Sox a lot. Anyway, let's get into KSP, shall we? All right, where are we? Let's lettuce eat vegetables. Wait, what? No, my friend. Kimbrel with those sliders. Yep. I mean, some people can spin that thing like you would not believe. My last video, I think, last link because I have to leave soon. It's the Magnus effect. That's right. Started watching the Netflix doc on the Challenger disaster. It's very good and quite informative. Yeah, Grab Shark. I mean, some people can hit a curveball. How do you have that kind of reaction time that you can detect that the pitch is going to go down and make that adjustment? Like, that's... Freaking love baseball, man. Such a good sport. It's that experiment when they drop the basketball down from a dam and it curves away, right? That's the Magnus effect, Pandaman. Yep. Yep. All right. Where are we? We have 442. Let's see. We have a polar orbit, that polar orbit Minmus mission. Science data from the surface of Minmus. I can fill that contract out right now. We can fix that. I'm basically trying to get the SSDO ready to go for another launch. Alright, anyway, let's get into it, dudes. Bingo, that's one contract complete for the day. See you later, Flankin. Did you see the new KSP video? Looks sick. No, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know, Blood Fam. I don't know what's going on with that, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't know either. All right. Let's check the contracts again. All right, guys. We gotta... So, I want to start getting at these contracts here. But if we're going to start getting at these contracts, we're going to need to start doing some ground operations here. We need to start doing some ground operations to support deep space missions from this with this thing. The new KSP video doesn't suck. All right. Where are we at over here? Okay, we got to do our time warps too today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Satellite in an equatorial orbit. All right. These missions suck. Alright, let's go up to the station, see if we can get some science today, too. Tybot, can you link it up just to make sure that... I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but link it up so we can... so we can see it. Space station. We got 55 science on there. Transmit out the science. Bingo. They apparently took it down. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it had something that they didn't like. This vidya is private. Yep. It's alright. Alright, these guys gotta come back down soon. We gotta rotate them. But we need the small SSTO to do that. But we have the big SSTO flying right now. Alright, so today, guys, we got to figure out a way. There's still some stuff we have to button up with the big SSTO. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through integration operations here, but the pad doesn't have anything in it right now. There's no fuel. If it was refueled, we could fly right now. Hey, Element, what's up, man? I'm back to Mr. Raspy today, dude. At the end of Space News yesterday, after the Progress launch, I felt it starting to get raspy again. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, hey, do you have a pack of Parliament lights? I'm like, oh, that's good. Don't lie, you were cheering for the Stros. Ew. At this point, you might as well call Corbin Dallas and tell him you want a trip to Floston Paradise. Hey, chosen one, what's up? Look how they massacred my boy. Alright, let's go in here. Let's tostitos, Alison. Alright, let's take a look here. Hey, we gotta bring the cab in for a 6-month overhaul. Fine. I know you, Dallas. Fine ain't in your vocabulary. You can tell your old buddy Finger what happened. -6. We had pad drift. Nice, Scrap Shark. Pad drifted, dudes. I really wish I had a way to refuel this right now. That's right, Squidman. How much science do we have? 472. This is what Linda's like. This is meters a second. The crane is level. Each one of the squares is 1 degree out. Yikes. Alright. Hang on. Alright, let's get this thing up there and make sure we can integrate this thing. Trying to get this thing back up on the pad. This SSTO has flown. It flew into space already and did a mission. We got to make sure that we can reintegrate it though. Alright, let's push this thing up the ramp and we'll see what we can do. That's correct, Squidman. Considering I never got any of the other ones back. And the one that I did get back, when we put it on the pad, I found a huge design flaw with the pad and had to fix that too. I don't know. I'm just still trying to figure out. Come on, boys, let's go. Yeah, I mean, this is the first one that we've had the opportunity to refly. But there's still some stuff we have to figure out. Like, how the heck am I going to get payload back in this thing? You still haven't launched this. I have. This one's been to space. I'm reintegrating it. Okay. We're a bit crooked. Let's get the alignment breaks up. Did it work as expected? Yeah, actually it performed great. Okay, now we're aligned. What I'm trying to do is make sure that I can reuse the pad and the SSTO again. I'm just gonna make sure that everything comes together. Take this. Oh, that's not good. It was not aligned when it snap docked. Hopefully nothing bad happens. The landing stuff is fixed, Shackstar, yeah. It did shake the GSE around, yeah. And if we separate the jet truck right now, bad stuff's gonna happen. There we go. Should be fine now. Jeez. Could you bring the docking strength down to 0 until it's aligned? Yeah, but it still would snap. It still snap docks from time to time. Alright. Let's see if this thing works correctly. Alright. So we got to get our alignment brace in position. That needs to go up, and it needs to dock. Bruh. If that thing doesn't dock, it'll break. We can't... Everything is just bending out of shape. Try some SVI on this, see if that fixes things. We have to get these docking ports to align. If they don't align, we're screwed. Have you seen Smarter Everyday's Supersonic Baseball? Yeah, we looked at it on stream a second ago. Pretty cool, huh? I shouldn't do this. I unlocked it. We'll see if we can get it to. We'll see if we can fix it that way. Guys, I don't... You look a bit frustrated. Yeah. Hater, you know those days where the nothing going right type of Kerbal days that usually end in explosions? The signs are there. You know? Yeah, I've had a crappy day today as well. This pin not aligning is.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Take it apart. I gotta take it apart. You gotta take the thing off the pad. Hey Ansel, 26-month resub. Thanks, buddy. You know how that always ends. Guys? I love the SSTOs. I love what we made. It's one of the coolest things we've ever made. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of it. I don't want to do this anymore. Not play Kerbal. I want to play Kerbal, but I don't want to make SSTOs anymore. Like, I said I'd go about it in good faith, and we made some pretty awesome architecture. And if people want to use the architecture, they can. Everything is up on Kerbal X, but I don't want you to $30 billion the damn thing. Like, that's the thing, man. I want... This thing works. It works fine. So, like, look. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't know. I don't know. See, like, I have to be careful. Am I getting frustrated? Or am I just getting impatient? I love these things. I really put my heart and soul into this damn thing. But it's a 900 part pad, 600 part SSTO. Whatever payload integration structure is going to be another 300 parts. And then we got to put the payload in. And it's... We have so many problems with the small SSTO, like... I don't know. I don't want to abandon this, though. This thing is fantastic. It's an awesome piece of equipment. And I love the damn things. They're amazing. We should be making stuff like this in real life, but... Man.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I want to get back out into space, man. I want to... Like, I started mission mode to avoid stuff like this. That's why I was so scared of the SSTO in the first place. Not scared, like when it went through, I was like, oh no. I knew what was gonna happen. Yeah. I can't do Enterprise, King. I don't have vernier engines. The pad is just too friggin' complicated. It's awesome though, which sucks. It just friggin' sucks. About 500 science smirks. Yeah, Hell Hydra for sure. I don't have enough science to unlock the Rapier's yard. That sucks. I don't... You know I'm not one to throw in the towel, dudes. It's not how that's not how I roll. But... I don't know. I want these dang things to work, but... I hesitate to ask this, but consider forgoing making the GSC and payload integration permanent and launch from the pad instead. I just took the science off of the station a second ago, King. We have 472. It's gonna, if I play Kerbal every day and do something else, it's gonna take till the end of the year to get 1,000 science just coming from the station. have that all unlocked. I have the whiplashes and stuff. Is there any other science we could grind out? You can do SSTO spaceplanes more easily with the whiplash, I find. Yeah, of course there's a leaf blower today. Why wouldn't there be? Like, I want to keep doing this. I want to keep messing with the SSTOs, but we don't get anything done, man. I'm thinking, dudes. I'm thinking. A Minmus rover, if done right, we could shoot out there. But, see, on the flip side of it, the SSTO is so freaking cool, man. I can bring payload up and bring payload down. We can do all that, you know? I don't know. Four Freedom 10s left. Yeah, we'd have to take them out of storage. Would you consider Star Raker style with jets and rocket engines? Star Raker doesn't have Rapier engines. It's using whiplashes. As the last vote that decided to put you on this path, EJ, I'm satisfied with what you've done. I leave the rest up to you in chat to decide what's best for mission mode from here. See, like, that's the thing, man. With this, we're abandoning the down mass capability. It's like getting rid of the shuttle. All those transfer stages that I have to get rid of, that adds up, man. I think you have proven that this is already enough if you want to move on. Do you really want to give chat that much power? That's the point of mission mode, Maverick. It's not supposed to be simple. Can we not keep the SSDO around while developing other vehicles? Of course we can. Yeah, sure. Why not? What we could do, fellas, what we could do is, ironically, we could do a space shuttle where I basically refurbish the pad in the SSTO every time by recovering it. It's possible. I mean, I think it... I mean, I would eat a maintenance fee on recovering the pad every time and the SSTO. We wouldn't get full return on the pad, and it would cost money to refurbish the damn thing, but at least that gets you more missions, because we know the pad's going to work right every time on the first try, because nothing is drifting, you know? Hey, Leglander, what's going on? Does it benefit the mission? Could that thing be frigging louder? Could it be louder? Could you have a louder leaf blower, dude? Yeah, Dead Crew, that's right. Could that thing be frigging louder? Yeah, Aqua, it would, basically. Get your own leaf blower and start a war. Dude, that is so ridiculously loud. I can hear it clearly through my headphones. Bro, what do you like? I would say is the leaf blower straight pipe, but leaf blowers are exempt from emissions, so yes, it actually is straight piped. They'll be gone in a couple minutes, guys. I'm not too worried. Wouldn't be surprised if they have one of those out there, Pythos. Did you ever get that truck and drive it back? Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I drove it all the way home. Yep. We drove the sucker all the way back. Yeah, that's true, Pythos. No, it's a package deal, man. I think that's the right move, Tessa, to be honest with you. Quote-unquote servicing the pad and everything is the right move. We'll have to operate it in an interim capacity, but it does work. The wheel fell off, though. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Zyder, all right. Might be time to change the Twitter banner to the truck at Ford's headquarters. Yeah, maybe. Sorry, but I have to vote for Airs 1.5 for career mode. That would be pretty sweet, man. We haven't pulled anything, Josh, but Josh, I'll be real with you, brother. Oh, also, Liverpool, 5-0. That was pretty good. I'm getting sick of the SSTOs, dude. I'm getting sick of them. Like, dude, we've been doing it for 5 months. I got my fill in. I proved that it can work. And if you were operating this by launching it off the pad, it'd be really good. It was very good. I watched that game, dude, believe it or not. I had that Formula 1 race, American football going on all at the same time. It was great, man. Me and my dad we did nothing but watch sports last weekend. It was fantastic. Where did the shuttle land when it returned to Earth? Shuttle had 2 principal landing sites, one at Edwards Air Force Base in California and the other one at Kennedy Space Center, where it took off from. What science could we farm quickly to unlock the rapiers? I don't know. Yeah, it also landed once at White Sands on SDS-3. That's right. When do you think you'll take on the next chat mission? The Big Boy SSTO is on EJSA life support, right? Yeah, Wookie. It's an awesome piece of equipment. I love it, and I'm pretty damn proud of it. That thing is really friggin' cool. It's a really cool piece of equipment. But see, like, yeah, what other options were you thinking of? Josh, that was my next thing, dude. I'm not sure. Here, I'm just gonna recover this because that's not gonna work. If anything, we gotta put a new SSTO out. Like, what do we replace it with? Do we want full reusability still? Do we want partial reuse? Like, what are we doing? Tesla, you know what I was thinking? The ramp. We could ramp it off the end. Dude, I don't want to know what would happen if we do that, though. If you ever get back out to New Mexico on another driving, you have to visit White Sands. That wasn't, unfortunately, where we were going near Pythos, but yeah. You could just ramp it off the side and whatnot, but I don't know. Yeah, Resega, everybody says have that thing take off from the runway. And I'm like, I don't know. Read last. What's up, DV? I do not see your last anywhere. Did I miss it? Oh, I found this random YouTube video. That's not my truck. It looks like it, though. Yeah, Buck, I'm kind of with you on that one, dude. I'm kind of with you on it, man. You know, it would be cool. Take the SSDO's pad, take the launch box and everything off, and get Freedom's original integration crane and put it on it. That would be funny as hell. How about a big freaking old Sea Dragon for a chat mission? I'm with Buck. Nice, simple SSDO space plane. Dead easy to work with, load and unload. I'm thinking partial reuse might be the right move, guys. We could really show what could be done with a Falcon 9 in architecture. Not Condor. No, not Condor, just for what it's worth. I say we go partial reuse with Ares 1 through 5. Yeah. The other thing that we could do is just focus on reusability up there, but I don't know. Like, this is very rare that this happens, but my heart isn't in the SSTOs, dude. They're just gonna, I can already see it coming. It's gonna take too long. And that's not based off of, like, that's not even a gut feeling. Like, look at how long it took to get the freaking big SSTO operational. But on the flip side of that, right? On the flip side, we pushed all this way, and now the thing actually works. And it works great. It's just the pad is too many friggin' parts, man. Come on. Like, it's 993 parts out of the box, man. It's just too much. Yeah, Josh. Faster CPU. You vote horizontal takeoff with the SSTO. Yeah, Tessa, I realize that. You don't need, I know. I know, man. I know. That's why I don't want to do it. So I don't want to mess with it anymore. Like, I proved that this could work. Like, I said I would do it in good faith, alright? I said I would mess with this in good faith, and I think I've been pretty dang good. But I might have to take a mulligan on this. How about, hear me out, a disposable solid fuel first stage. It's not junk. It's an awesome piece of equipment, man. It took me so long to make it. Look at that thing. It's a beast. Yeah, the Clydesdales are very, very heavy. Tough to move with a crane. 140 tons. We should have made SCRV. We should have made SCRV, but I wanted to make the this friggin' thing. What was I thinking? I know, Wookie. I've made rockets like that.
Go at throttle.
I've made rockets like that in my career mode save to save cache. Combusted lemon. Can't make a lot of streams due to work, but still love what you do. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Where the heck is it? There's Neptune. Nice. See, I want to do stuff like this. I want to get back to doing insane things. And I'm sure we can do it within the confines of mission mode. I'm sure it's possible. Oh, I learned a lot. Yeah, absolutely. This is satisfactory, feels. I had Jebstone 4, dude. Jebstone 4 is an insane lifter. It's basically Ares 1. See last. Can we use the big SSTO we already built, add 2 Whiplash engines, and take 2 Vector engines off? No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. So much goddamn work. Hey, Snake, what's going on, man? The mistake wasn't the SSTO, the mistake was the pad. A padless integration only SSTO would have solved this. You gotta build out all the GSE yarg. It's in the mission mode rules. You have to build out all the GSE. It's part of building these things. The idea was to keep the stuff simple, but that's about as simple as I can make that SSTO's type of pad, and while keeping it realistic. What are your thoughts on using the small SSTO? Only if you make the SSTO require GSE. It's part of the damn rules, man. Did you not know that when you voted for the SSTO, buddy? What happened to Mechazilla? That was just a build for fun, Bobby. I know. Yeah, they can, STX. Chat rules can. Mission mode rules can. If you ever get it to work properly. The point is making a horizontal SSTO, which is what we were thinking requires no pad. Yeah, GNAC, I'm doing alright, dude. It's just the pads, the SSDO is kind of pissing me off, man. I went to reintegrate it today and had another GSE problem. Like, the pad isn't working correctly, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should, this is annoying. Going vertical SSDO made it much more complicated. I'm thinking, dudes. Give me a second. I had Freedom dialed in, Tybot. We never had a problem with Freedom integrations once I got it figured out. And that the thing is that idea can be scaled. I can make a bigger gantry crane. We can make a bigger rocket. It's totally doable. Which really sucks. That's why I didn't really want SSDOs because I had a roadmap figured out, but are you having fun with this? No. No, not really. I pushed through to make it work. But like I said I'd go at it in good faith, man. You know? If you don't have fun, stop it. If you're not having fun, what's the point? It's fun when it works. Let me put it to you like that. What are the requirements for GSC for the SSTO? Yeah, fellas, I'll be honest with you. Okay. Would it bring you more joy to do Freedom rockets into rapiers? No. Not really. I know it's frustrating, but if I recall on vote day, you predicted a lot of issues to do the SSTO. You did it in good faith, and you were also right about the difficulty, so yay. Yeah. Alright. Okay. That's what we should do. Let's, yeah. Yep, entropy basically. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of working on it. Look, I can see all the problems. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Even if I went at it in good faith, there's still another month of things to do. Things to integrate, bugs to figure out with the pad. In that same... I'm making the same mistakes as NASA. I was gonna say, in that same amount of time, I could just make something. In that same month, we could make something. We can make something different. But I know that's not the truth. I'm literally saving $30 billion saving $30 billion thing myself. That was a sentence. NASA didn't have float point errors moving the pad on them. You could make Enterprise in a week. I don't know, Genesis. Rain, I'm just getting sick of the SSTOs, that's all. I'm getting sick of them. I can already, I can already see all the problems that we're going to have with the pad. I'm just not into it. I built them. They work in good faith. They're an amazing piece of equipment. I don't want to use them. I don't want to use them anymore. Maybe you'll get inspiration if you stop working on it for a while. It's very rare that this happens, guys. It's very rare that I'll abandon architecture like this. I know not to do it. I know it's a bad idea. It's an extremely bad idea in real life. It seems like we went for GSC. We could always try to finish that crane. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool, dude. Look at that thing. This is such a damn capable vehicle, too. What if we just make a tip-on mechanism and rotate this 90 degrees instead of a full pad? You could make that in a single stream. Take off from the runway. No. I don't know how many times I need to say that. No, I'm not taking this off from the runway. It's not designed to do that. You're introducing a whole bunch of new things into this thing, into the ship's design that could potentially break it that we don't know about. Don't you understand that deciding to change the launch pad on the vehicle like this, like on the tail end of development, is going to introduce a bunch of new errors? I'm not doing that. Start thinking about the next vehicle, but keep the SSTO with refurbishment in case you need to run a mission in the meantime. Yep. That's the first time you actually gave an answer now. Thanks. Sorry, guys. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. I know that I know that abandoning architecture is such a bad idea. I really don't want to do it. But Ant, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this thing, dude. I'm sick of the pad drifting too much. I'm just... Heart's not in it, brother. Maybe I should maybe we should just shelve it. And maybe we'll go back to it. I don't know. Reddit, there's a YouTube channel where someone used a simple center of mass shift moving fuel from one tank to another to rotate a 10,000 ton rocket vertical. Before that, that's what I want to use. Well, I mean, you know, the beauty of that is that you can go use that on your stream where you think that's a viable way to do things. Like, you can do that on your stream, you know? I don't want to do things that way. I don't like doing things that way. I was working on the pad to get this working faster after you uploaded it. There's another thing. Nah, never mind. I won't say that. That's not a good idea. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I gotta think about this, guys. We gotta really think about this. I want you guys to think about it too. And we'll, yeah, that's a lot. That's it, man. Like, that's the thing that's turning around in my head, and like, this is why I'm getting frustrated, dude. Not, I mean, I am frustrated with you guys. Like, am I just being a wimp about it? Like, I've made the thing work. It works. Like, am I just being impatient? You know? Yeah, and okay, well, that's good to know. This is taking a long time, so I get it. It just sucks, man. I worked hard on that. We did a lot of work on that thing. But, you know, hey, did a lot of work on my shuttle, too. And never freaking... The last version of Collins, I did a lot of work on it, and then I never really freaking used the damn thing. So, it wouldn't be the first time this happened. I don't think it's impatience. It's just a lot of frustration when integration starts and the GSE breaks, scrubbing and almost... Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dead Crew. That's the reason why I'm even thinking about this, dude. No, you ticked off with a thing. We're ticked off watching you be ticked off with a thing. You're ticked off that we're ticked off that you ticked off. Yeah, yeah. You ain't wrong, dude. I don't think bringing the shuttle in is a good idea, Shaw. Even though I probably could do it. Probably could do it. We're 2 months away from KSP2 territory. No, we're not. You didn't hear that from me. Have you watched Apollo 13, and how did you like it? It's a great movie. Wisp, honestly, no. I am almost okay. Not almost okay. I'm fine with going back to capsules if we have to do that. I wouldn't mind designing a new one. How small can we make a personal spacecraft that can SSTO? The small SSTO is about as close as you're going to get for a vertical launch vehicle, Wookiee. A fully reusable cruise system would be nice to see. I followed you for almost 2 years, and I don't know if I've ever seen you launch a normal rocket. Well, the Freedom rockets were normal. Alright. Off topic, but did you ever get the Mechazilla thing working? The tower works just fine, but yeah, it needs some things. The things that jet engines on them, how is that normal? That's fair. X-37? Yeah, building an X-37 style vehicle, Wookiee, is what got me into this mess in the first place. Dart broke and then chat canceled the program. How that happened is, Dart landed, it killed Jeb, right? And then chat said cancel Dart, and I said, okay, so let's make a pod instead. And then chat said, no, don't make a pod, get rid of the Freedom rockets and make an SSTO. And it's like, alright. I want you excited for KSP again. I'm not hearing much, but it feels like KSP is fighting against the core rule set for the save. That's the point, STX. That's on purpose. It supported that rule set just fine with the Freedom rockets because they were simple. That was the thing. No, Drummer, I don't... It's, I just really want to see you get out into space and get stuff done like we used to. I don't really care if we have to stop with the SSTOs for a bit. Launchpad. The pulse system should be working, by the way. I haven't replaced it yet. The old system proved to work yesterday. Lunprod, yeah, go back to launching capital ships and stuff. Yeah. I'm thinking like how would we go about re-implementing everything here? I'd like to see a moon colony mission mode build. Slow your roll. Declare victory, then blow it up. Maybe we should work on ground operations for a little while, guys. It's probably a good idea. Yeah. Let's focus on putting in ground tracking stations for a while. We have some liquidity here. 1.5 mil. Like a deep space network. Yeah, I should have all the main tracking stuff figured out. I know where that leads. I know where that project leads, damn it. I know where the project leads. But then again, we did get the DSN up and running in the other save. I did finish it with the K90. How much does that K90 cost? There's always this, guys. There was one other thing. There's LV4. Hey, Tricity, what's going on? I'm thinking. LV426. Good reference. I'm going to continue the working on the pad. It's an interesting challenge. I would like nothing more, Anth. Please get it working. There was the LV4 mock-up, which was pretty cool. Pretty good little design here. I mean, we never actually said you should stop using Freedom 10, the Freedom 10 rocket. Yeah, that's bullcrap, drummer. You know that's bullcrap. That conversation went like this. Cancel Dart and make something else. Okay, what do you want me to make? I think we should make a reusable pod. No, don't make a reusable pod. What if you did SSTOs? That's how that project went. I didn't want to cancel the Freedom rockets. You guys did. Nice try, though. That's not how that went, and you know it. My afternoon of work canceled itself out, so I got to go home. Nice. You canceled Dart, not Freedom, though. A lot of us didn't want the SSTO. I didn't want that. I didn't want the SSTO either. Does LV4 have a pad? No. That's like Starlighter getting canceled, so now Atlas 5 is grounded. Yeah. All right. Maybe try the pod for a while, and then decide on which is best between the SSTO or the pod. since the votes are so close. Are you sick of the small SSTO too? Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we could still use the small SSTO for crew rotations and stuff in the meantime, but... Does the baby SSTO work end to end? Yep. Yeah, it works just fine. The small one is working. It's the big one. So, maybe keep the small one? I can keep the small one. That's no problem. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. We'll keep the small one, and... It's good to have redundant dissimilar architecture. Facts. What's good? Rocket Guy, I'm getting sick of the big SSTO, dude. I went to try and reintegrate it again today, and we had another GSC problem. The hydraulics are drifting too far out on the big pad after 2 reuses. So I'm like... I'm thinking to myself, dude, is this worth my time? I mean, guys, like, don't get me wrong. I have the patience to sit here, and I could fix this. Sure, no problem. I could sit there and fix it. It'd take another month, but... I'm not doing retro propulsion landing, B-Soul. You're crazy. No way. My thing is that Dart as the Kerbal launch system is no good. If we have an SSD or replace it, that's good in my books. If Chad agrees, that's another story, though. Yeah, Rocket Guy, I don't know. I know, you know good and well in real life where you stand on canceling stuff that works. That's not a good idea. It's just going to put you back into the development loop. But Phil said it right. It's a Shuttle Delta 2 moment. Maybe I should just go grab the Freedom rockets and then just use those again. I don't know. Docking ports, huh? Yeah, maybe. That fixes it? Yeah, but there's still a host of other problems, Anth. Return to Freedom and attempt to automate launches. I got 4 launches out of the pad after that modification. I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking, like, I'm out of... this is a pretty big crossroads, dude. That's why I'm taking... That's why I'm not hesitating. I'm taking my time. Your focus is drifting from the project because you know there are better methods. Supply and regulations have grounded your large SSTO during a large investigation. Design another vessel or use a pre-existing one from the missions that you have, right? Yeah, Joe, I'm strangely with you on that one. I wouldn't mind seeing something like Atlas V or Vulcan, something that has multiple configurations depending on the payload. That could be interesting, and you could still keep the small SSTO for crew rotation. A modular lift system. I gotta think about this. Anyway, Alright. Oh, come on, Satisfactory music. The SCRV social slug, I don't like. Yeah, I could make SCRV if we wanted to stick with the SSDO stuff. I could make that. It would put us in another 2 months of development, but I could make it. Oh yeah, because the launch pad's a little weird for one of those things. But the launch pad is still a vertically integrated pad. Vertically integrated pads I can make, guys. Freedom proved that you can make vertically integrated pads with cranes, and it's scalable, which is good. That's kind of where I wanted to go with that. I also lifted this, and the locking and unlocking improved after time warping. The launch box pegs aren't flush? Really? If those aren't flush, that's gonna bend everything out of a line. Oh. Anth, I knew this thing was sagging, but I thought it was just sagging from the sheer weight of the SSTO. If this isn't flush, oh my... Alright, let me take a look. Where's the collider? Why is that like that? Why, chat, tell me. Why is that like that? Why? Why is that I must have moved something, Anth. Through pad development, I must have misclicked something. That's supposed to be completely aligned. It's totally off. It's way out. That's out by at least like 10 mil. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Wiki, I wouldn't be surprised, you piece of crap. Well, shoot, man. If this was all right, I'll show you what's going on. All right, so the collider starts. Let's line it up. Let's just line it up with this line right here. Collider on the I-beam is flush with that line in the background. So if I move this strut right there into the background, right? And then we go to local orientation and we move the sucker down. And then we go to local and move this up. Yep. Tried to tell you a million times about this. No, you didn't. I had these lined up, man. I had them lined up when I made the pad. I know I did. I would not have made that mistake. They must have... I must have misclicked something when we were handling the pad, because that's... There's your reason why your locking pin isn't going out. I told you guys the launch box was sagging, and it was sagging enough to bend the hinge out of alignment. But I just thought that this was just compressing. It was just from compression load. It's not. Well, that explains why everything's bonking out of alignment. Bookie, EJ, why does my pad sag and warp? Doesn't ever look at the ground contact points. You know what, Wookie? Until you have a pad that launches a big SSTO into space, I guess you know what? I guess you need to shut the frick up. That's what I would do if I didn't have a launch pad and I was criticizing somebody else. I would shut the frick up. Shut the frick up! Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. Guess that means you need to shut the frick up. I don't understand why it's doing that. They're all like that. How are we gonna fix this? This isn't as simple as just moving one particular piece. Yeah, see, that's too much. And now everything is misaligned. How did I don't understand how I made this mistake. I must have misclicked. That's the, dude, I know I lined all these up. We tested it. I know, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Write this down. M-A-R-S. Mars. That's very annoying, actually. That'll do it. See, now I want to test this stupid thing. That to tell you what the frick you can do with an aluminum tube? And do exactly what I did. All I did was move the fairing up so these things are flush. Can you test that for me, dude? Because I got to do some space news now. Test that for me, and we'll see what we can do. Guys, I'm gonna take 15. I'm just gonna grab something to eat, and then we'll go. Just try to get it level and see what happens. I don't know, T-Man. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Alright, so I'll be back in about 15 minutes. We'll jump into space news, but now I want to fly the stupid thing. Alright. I was going to play Satisfactory after this, but I kind of want to fly the SSTO now just to see. But also, just hang it slightly off the plate at the KSC pad. We tried that. That was the first thing that we tried, dude. Kind of works, but it moves. The whole thing physically moves, so it doesn't line up. So, guys, what I'm thinking is, like, we could either do... I don't know. I say go for it. Try it. I think what we should do is set up the small SSTO and do SAT missions with the small SSTO. I'm going to get that thing all set up again. What I think we should do is figure out another pathway. The big SSTO is cool. It's amazing. But it's like Falcon Heavy, guys. It's like Falcon Heavy. I can't help but think that I can make a better system that moves that stuff into space. Like, Skylon or something, right? It's doable, right? So, I think we'll keep the small SSTO. And I think we'll go for a more sustainable roadmap. Photon modular lifter versus auto freedom. Yeah.